Joe Biden is a poor guardian over the diseased corruption piling up in his closet, emboldened by decades of lies. How else could someone, as new evidence reveals, be privately obsessed with covering his and his son Hunter's tracks of corruption in Ukraine, while publicly pretending he knows nothing about it?
These guys are attacking me and my family. I get it. And the press corps with me, they're all good people, follow me. They keep asking me, they just brought up your son Hunter and they're doing this and that and the other thing. Well, guess what? I don't hold grudges because presidents can't hold grudges.
Biden's house of cards is wobbling in the breeze as it becomes abundantly clear why Hunter Biden received $50,000 a month while sitting on Burisma's board of directors since 2014, despite having no energy, no environmental or managerial experience.
You did not list the fact that you were the son of the vice president.
Of course, yeah. No.
What role do you think that played?
I think that it is impossible for me to be on any of the boards that I just mentioned without saying that I'm the son of the Vice President of the United States.
While Joe Biden was funneled $900,000 for, quote, lobbying activities, end quote, by Burisma Group, according to a criminal case spearheaded by Ukraine's parliamentarian Andriy Derkach.
Do you think we're going to hear on the press that a member of the parliament in Ukraine held a press conference today and name was Andriy Derkach? You won't hear this on the news, ladies and gentlemen, because they censor it. You only get the news that Dems want you to hear. Derkach publicized documents which he said described the mechanism for getting money by Biden Sr. This was a transfer of funds for lobbying activities, as investigators believe, to Joe Biden through a lobbying company. Funds in the amount of $900,000 were transferred to the U.S.-based company Rosemont Seneca, which, according to open sources, is affiliated with Biden.
As Jamie White reported, MP Derkach released audio of Biden and former U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry discussing the firing of Prosecutor General Viktor Shokin, who was investigating Hunter Biden's involvement in the Ukraine energy firm Burisma Holdings.
But before Vice President Biden comes, I just wanted to try to urge you to see if there's a way to get by this problem of replacing the Prosecutor General, Shokin, because from our perception, he's blocked the cleanup of the Prosecutor General's office, and I know the Vice President is very concerned about it, and I think it'd be good to try to have some resolution of that before the Vice President comes, if it's possible.
Yesterday, I meet with the General Prosecutor Shokin.
Yes.
And despite of the fact that we didn't have any corruption charges, we don't have any information about he doing something wrong, I especially asked him to resign. 1 hour ago, he bring me the written statement of his resignation.
Great.
And this is my second step for keeping my promises.
I agree. Assuming that there is a new government and a new prosecutor general, I am prepared to do a public signing of the commitment for the $1 billion. Again, I'm not suggesting that that's what you want or don't want. I'm just suggesting that that's what we're prepared to do. And again, it wouldn't be finalized until, the IMF pieces are written.
Extremely strong motivation. One of the possible candidates was leader of my faction, Lutsenko, who is the public figure. If you think that the political motivated figure would be not very good from your point of view, I recall this proposal. I do not propose, because nobody knows that I want to propose Lutsenko.
But congratulations on installing the new prosecutor general. It's going to be critical for him to work quickly to repair the damage Shokin did. And I'm a man of my word. And that now that the new prosecutor general is in place, we're ready to move forward in signing that new $1 billion loan guarantee.
It was me who support you all the time. It was me who give you, in a violation of law, the security guard from the Secret Services, for you not afraid anything. It was me who insisted and support all your initiatives.
I don't want Trump to get in the position where he thinks he's about to buy onto a policy where the financial system is going to collapse and he's going to be looked to pour more money into Ukraine. That's how he'll think about it before he gets sophisticated enough to know the detail. So anything you can do to push the Privat Bank to closure so that the IMF loan comes forward, I would respectfully suggest is critically important to your economic as well as physical security.
And as Kellen McBreen reported, Ukraine's parliamentarian Andriy Derkach, who is heading a criminal case on interference in the 2016 U.S. elections, provided charts and images showing the connection between Burisma and U.S.-based company Rosemont Seneca Partners, which was co-founded by Hunter Biden. Derkach says this was the transfer of Burisma Group's funds for lobbying activities, as investigators believe, personally to Joe Biden through a lobbying company. Funds in the amount of $900,000 were transferred to the U.S.-based company Rosemont Seneca Partners, which, according to open sources, in particular the New York Times, is affiliated with Biden. The payment reference was payment for consultative services. Derkach continues saying, using political and economic levelers of influencing Ukrainian authorities and manipulating the issue of providing financial aid to Ukraine, Joe Biden actively assisted closing criminal cases into the activity of former Ukrainian ecology minister Mykola Zlochevsky, who is the founder and owner of Burisma Group. And now Senate Republicans have voted to authorize their first subpoena for Blue Star Strategies, another consulting firm linked to Burisma, as part of their investigation into Hunter Biden.
Members of this committee, I urge you to vote against this political sideshow so that we can focus our attention on the pandemic that is threatening the lives and livelihood of the American people.
The motion is on the question before us.
Mr. Chairman, I ask unanimous consent that I have an opportunity to speak for 5 minutes.
Sorry, I couldn't understand you.
I ask unanimous consent to speak for 5 minutes.
I'm sorry, I can't understand the muffled.
I ask unanimous consent to speak for 5 minutes, please.
After we take the vote. By far, what most of us have spent our time on is addressing this horrific crisis that faces this nation. Again, it was not my desire to even publicize these subpoenas. I just wanted to gather the information. I just wanted to make sure the American people understand the truth.
The public deserves to know how a guy who was Vice President of the United States, who is currently trying to be president, got away with using the U.S. government to force a foreign country to stop investigating a company that was paying his son over $30,000 or $80,000 a month.
But even though Biden allegedly used his VP office to funnel millions to his son and himself in league with a corrupt foreign energy company that was under investigation, while at the same time moronically bragging about his own criminal activity.
If the prosecutor's not fired, you're not getting the money. Oh, son of a bitch. Got fired.
It's doubtful that Washington, D.C. will face its cancerous corruption. Ultimately, it will be up to the American people. John Bound reporting.